Welcome back to the Fox News Specialist. Our specialists today are Ann Coulter and Colonel Allen West. We'll continue the conversation. The political gloves are off now as Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee are demanding the appointment of a second special counsel, this time to investigate Hillary Clinton, former FBI Director James Comey, and former AG Loretta Lynch for the 2016 presidential election. Now, the Republican letter focuses on Lynch's alleged directing of Comey to mislead Americans about the nature of the Clinton investigation, Clinton's ties to the foreign entities such as Russia and the Ukraine, and of course, Comey's leaks. Now, Ann, I'm going to come to you on this. We saw Eric Bolling being very subtle before the break.
I'll be subtle again.
About time. And it is August, basically, tomorrow, and this is just now happening. How much of this do you think, Ann, is about getting that heat off of Jeff Sessions and his recusal in this process?
Well, it wasn't Jeff Sessions' recusal that led to the independent counsel. It's gotten so complicated and so many tentacles to it. It was
Comey.
It was the president firing James Comey and then going on Lester Holt and saying, I did it because of Russia. That's what brought in the special counsel.
True, but let me back up
and
here.
who appointed the special counsel? No, I'm answering your question.
Right.
Was Rod Rosenstein, who was appointed by Jeff Sessions, who did not recuse himself from Russia. He recused himself, as he had to do, from anything having to do with the campaign. So now everything is set up beautifully. What the president needs to do is, well, for one thing, invent a time machine, go back and take back those snippy tweets about the great Jeff Sessions, move Sessions over to Homeland, appoint somebody else to AG who will not have to recuse himself because he did not work on the campaign, and I can name 20 good ones for that. Fire Rod Rosenstein and stop putting, I mean, Rod Rosenstein is to the Department of Justice lawyers what well, actually, I like him just fine. He's an RNC lawyer. He's not he's just staff. He's not part of the Trump staffing. And Sessions' hands were kind of tied in some respects. He needed a DOJ person there, but that's what he should do. Move Sessions to Homeland, put in somebody else's AG.
Okay, that's quite a plan. Colonel West, let me ask you this question. This is finally happening. Lots of Republicans have been really upset, feeling like everything's been Russia, Russia, Russia in that lens. But what about all the things? What about the tarmac meeting with AG Lynch, with Bill Clinton, of course, coming and literally having a conversation with her in the midst of the investigation?
Well, the thing is, with the Democrats, you have a politicized conviction that is looking for the mystical evidence that is out there. We know that former President Clinton met with the Attorney General on a tarmac in a secret meeting, and the next thing you know, 3 days later, we have the announcement about Mrs. Clinton. I'm still trying to figure out when is everyone in the military going to be able to have their own personal email server in their quarters and they can do classified information. I mean, if it's good for Mrs. Clinton, it should be good for everyone in the military. And then we don't talk about the uranium deal. We don't talk about, her working with the Ukraine. As a matter of fact, maybe Israel should have been looking into the fact that you had Obama campaign operatives that went over to undermine Bibi Netanyahu's election. So, let's be very honest. There is some dirt out there. There are some things that have not been right. We know that Comey sat up there and said that, I wanted to get a special prosecutor. So this is why I leaked this information to my friend at the New York Times. Someone has to look into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just want to add that finally, and it took President Trump saying, I'm disappointed in my Attorney General for not doing that, for finally the House stepping up and saying, hey, maybe we should have a special counsel. Ann's right.
I don't think it should be the House, though. We don't
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. My point was that they're asking for something that the American people have been asking for 6 months now. Where's the special counsel on Russia?
But we don't need a special counsel. That's why we're paying an attorney general and thousands of lawyers at the Department of Justice. And by the way, it was Donald Trump who on November 22nd said he wouldn't go after Hillary Clinton.
If the special counsel's been hired by Rod Rosenstein and the special counsel is a Clintonite anyway, just about, you need another one to go after the Clintons.
All right, but Kat, let me bring you in here because Ann makes an excellent point, is that President Trump said, oh, she had a tough election cycle. We don't need to lock her up after Channing locked her up on the campaign trail. So is this, again, the president kind of making a circular argument?
Sort of, and that is the kind of thing that we see often. Not sort of, it is. He was the one that said, well, let it go, and then now he's saying, well, why not? Why aren't we investigating her? Although, of course, all of these people, if you've been paying attention to the news, you look at this and you think, yeah, they pretty clearly, most likely got away with doing something wrong. And then hearing what, right, that's literally a Clinton story. That could be a title of a book. But, you know, when you have Lynch out there saying, hey, call it a matter, not investigation, if that's true, what more proof do you need that is the definition of, oh, I was using my place as an intelligence official to influence an election.
Yeah,
which is absurd and disgusting.
You get an investigation. You get
exactly.
Everybody gets an investigation.
Where's mine?
Coming up.